Hey, Mystic family. So, for my first point, YouTube is changing their policies, which will be effective December 10th. So, you probably have received an email about it by now. And quite possibly read it. With this change that's happening, I'm going to be canceling my shout-out series on my channel. Currently, I just feel these videos puts my channel at a risk, since YouTube is going to be strict with those using other people's names and or channel names in videos and streams without permission. And I've worked countless hours on the other content just to lose everything. Like, I love doing shout-outs and helping people out who need it and deserve it, but I practically had no confidence when I started this channel, and I've come a long way since 2016 when I started. And I don't want to lose. That would just completely break my confidence if I lost my channel. So I'm kind of wondering if I should just delete all my shout-out videos in case any of the people, for any reason, may decide to part ways with me as a friend. But I don't know. I guess just let me know what you think. But if you guys are really adamant about growing, you need to put yourself out there. It's the best thing you can do. Like, go to live streams, whether it's games or topics that interest you, and just make friends in other places. Heck, even if you don't even like the topic, you never know. You may just make some amazing friends there. Now, the second point I want to make, and I'm not targeting anyone specific, I just want to make that clear. This is a generalization. There is a lot of unnecessary hate on this platform. And out of that comes stupid, childish, and petty fights that are started for no reason. And that's causing people to make hate videos, hate streams, and basically just attacking other channels and other people here on YouTube. And it's worse when it's done for no reason, because they don't know the whole thing. Like, they don't know the whole situation, they just assume. So those kind of videos, if people keep doing it, and they get reported for using that channel name without permission, which is what's going to happen, I have a strong feeling they'll get, if they're monetized, they'll get demonetized and probably shut down. Because, like I said, they'll get reported for using that name without permission because it's a hate video or hate stream. And just to leave that kind of thing up for views is sick. It is just sick. And especially when people say, I'm not about hate, but then they turn around and do that, it's just like, huh, yeah, you are. And I don't understand it. Like, I don't hate anyone. I just don't. I don't hate anyone at all. But if somebody hurts me enough times, I'm done with them. Like, I don't hate them, but I don't want any more contact. So I hope that makes sense. Now, I will no longer accept, and I will remove people who make these kind of videos or streams, even though it may not involve me specifically, because it may be showing up in my community, like my Discord, and making it look like that's what I'm about, and I'm not. Now, this doesn't pertain to streams about any people that come into communities that I'm part of that are rude and disruptive to those actual considered family members of that community. Because those, if I agree, I may participate in it. Not that it'll do any good to tell that person that they're being a jerk, but I mean, I guess if enough people say it, maybe it'll do something. I don't know. But I don't like rude and disruptive people in communities, and I know most of my friends don't either. Like I said, I don't hate anyone who makes hate videos or streams. And as far as those people that have hurt me, I do forgive them, even if they never apologize. And like I said, I may block them out, but that's only for my own mental health. I need to stay away from people like that. Because if it affects my mental health, then it affects my personal health. And I have enough stress in my life, I don't need that. I have enough mental health issues because of work. So, here's some advice for any of you. If somebody triggers you in a negative or hurtful way, ignore it. Just don't say anything. Ignore it. Or if they do it to a friend, stay out of it because it's not your business. But for that friend, you can encourage them to ignore it as well. Ignoring haters and trolls is the best way to get them to leave you alone. It's not easy, I know. As much as you want to retaliate, ignoring them is the best thing. And back when I was a kid, Mom always told me that if it bothers you, just ignore it. It'll stop. And you know what? She was right. Sometimes moms do know best. So, also, if you really want to grow here, don't follow hate. Don't follow haters. Don't be part of that, because that is not the answer. That is not the way to grow. If you have a friend who is trying to pressure you to hate someone just because they hate that person, then that's up to you whether or not to trust their judgment. Instead of assuming that they're right and trusting their judgment, the wisest thing you can do is find out and speak to the other person before you make a final decision, because both sides of the story are different. We all know this. And it's up to you to decide who's telling the truth, who's lying, and whatever. But never just assume that your friend is right, because, hey, we're all human, we're not perfect. I've said things that were wrong, and I admit to it when it's pointed out, when it's shown to me that I was wrong. Okay, whatever. We all make mistakes. Now, it's especially good to find out the other person's side if you don't know them that well. And another thing, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Communication is key in any situation. true communication has been very, very massively lacking in the world today, and is continuing to decline. So make sure you have proof of someone doing or saying something that they shouldn't or has hurt your friend before you go along with what they say. If someone hurts you and a few other friends, like multiple people, and you share it with each other, then that's different. Then you're in agreement that that person can't be trusted. Also, there's nothing wrong with liking someone that someone else doesn't like. No one should ever be pressured to pick sides. This is not elementary school, for crying out loud, but unfortunately, so many adults act like kids, and it's ridiculous. So basically, all I want is drama, hate, and BS kept away from my channel and my socials. Words of wisdom: never let anyone be your dictation of how you should feel about someone you really don't know. Like I said before, I don't hate anyone, but I do feel in a way that it's good that this platform is going to these new extremes because of all the hate and toxicity that resides here. Because it's affected so many people mentally and physically. Now, I will continue to pray for lovers and haters alike that we can one day bring more peace, harmony, and support across this platform. Because right now, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like hate outweighs the love that's on here. If you agree with me on all this, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.